I actually feel like I was so much more prepared in taking this course, so much more prepared for starting college. In fact, I was feeling very sympathetic for those who did not do late summer honors.
Well, the best thing for me has been the friends. Everybody in this class gets along so well, and it's so much fun being here. But then I've also learned a lot of really good art skills. My teacher is amazing. He's like the best artist I have ever met in real life.
I think from an academic standpoint, it's been good for me to have this course before I start my regular classes in the fall, because I now have a feel of the college classroom because it's different from high school, so it's been good to have that.
Honors invited me to propose a topic for the course that both engage my own passions and would be a fun and engaging experience for the students. And for years, ever since I was a student, I've been doing these little illustrated journals myself. And I wanted to awaken that same enjoyment in my students, to have them experience the joy of illustrating their journals and keeping a journal in a little different way than we typically think about it when we're just writing, but at the same time to help them nurture and reawaken their own artistic and creative abilities.
I think it's almost easier to keep up with a journal when it's an illustrated journal, because you can just write down a few words and sketch a picture of something that you thought was significant or beautiful throughout the day. Then when you or your posterity are looking back, there's visuals, whether they're well done or not.
They kind of get a glimpse of your personality. They can see what you were like by what you noticed, what you zone in on, your style, the mood. It all comes out when you're drawing.
For me, the most interesting aspect has just been learning some of the techniques of art, because I've never studied art before, and so just learning how artists do the things that they do, and it's actually not that hard, and so that's been really interesting to learn that I could create beautiful art if I wanted.
We did something called a plein air. We went up to Silver Lake and just sketched it out in the open without being in a classroom or on campus or anything like that. And we just sat down and sketched it and then started on painting it. We were able to see the natural beauty of Silver Lake.
I take them over to the special collections room in the library so that they can see these illuminated manuscripts and really get a feeling for how exquisitely beautiful they are. But the other reason is that I want them to feel something of the passion that these artists felt, and the passion for the text that is conveyed in their illustration.
Throughout our lessons, as he was teaching different art concepts, Professor Anderson would tie it in to appreciating the beauty around us and how amazing creation is, and just appreciating coming closer to God through art. And it was just very neat to come to BYU and to have a professor speak that way and tie everything in to such an eternal perspective, because I had never had that before, and it was a very neat experience.
I titled the class Illuminating Your Life because I wanted my students to realize that illustrating their journals can not only add interest to their work, but actually illuminate their writing, just as gold and silver leaf infuse light into ancient manuscripts. Monk copyists working at Durham Cathedral in the 12th century were told to write with the pen of memory on the parchment of pure conscience. The ruler is the will of God. The split nib is the joint love of God and our neighbor. The exemplar is the life of Christ.